Hey, hope you're here with Beaux Insurance and Reed Insurance. Today I'm going to talk to you about earthquake insurance. You may be wondering what in the world that is. Well, obviously, it's to cover an earthquake, right? But you may be wondering, is this covered by my policy now? Do I need to buy it? How much is it going to cost? What is it going to cover? Well, those are all different questions that we're going to talk about here in just a second. So let's talk about earthquake insurance. So, the thing about earthquakes is that they're really scary, right? I mean, who in the world wants to go through an earthquake? I have never been through one. I've had friends that have been through them, and they said that they're terrifying. Uh, the earth is shaking underneath you. You listen to one of the seagulls right there, but it's a little bit terrifying to go through one of those events. There's nothing you can do. You're just waiting for it to end, right? And wondering how bad is this going to be? Is this going to be the one? Well, they happen most frequently around places that have either volcanic activity or also along the tectonic plates. There's a lot of different plates that make up the world, and they shift ever so slightly, and those will cause different things such as earthquakes, tsunamis, and other things like that, including they may make a volcano erupt. Well, those are different things that could happen, but do I need to be worried about it? Well, inside of the United States, there are seismic areas or fault lines, at different places that are not the same thing as a tectonic plate. And matter of fact, I live in a town called Beaux, Louisiana, that is right on the Mississippi River, and there's one that goes up through the Mississippi River right where I live that you wouldn't think so, but goes on up into Arkansas. There's been activity over the last couple of decades in the states of Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Arkansas. Matter of fact, on this day, the day that I recorded this video on July 6th, I did a little bit of data to see how many earthquakes were there on this day, and there was 3 in California, and that doesn't surprise you, but there was 2 in Alaska, and we don't think about Alaska necessarily all the time, but there was 1 in Idaho, and then also there were 2 in Texas. There were actually 2 of them in Texas this day. That's a little bit close to home. I live in Louisiana, but we service the areas of Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, and Mississippi. So maybe we should think about this. So first thing is you probably do not have earthquake insurance now. Homeowner policies typically exclude this. The standard policy does exclude it for a fact, but sometimes insurance companies may include it as just an add-on that they include there. You may be able to add it as an endorsement to your policy, but then there's a lot of insurance companies that just do not do that. But you may be able to buy it as a secondary policy that's only covers earthquake. Like, some states you can buy just wind coverage, right? Or wind and hail, because some companies will exclude that. Well, earthquake is one of those things that you can buy as a standalone policy for yourself. Well, what does it cover? Well, it covers earthquake. Yeah, no kidding, right, Beaux? We all knew that part of it, right? It's in the name, right? Well, it does cover that, but it covers your home and also the contents in the event that there's some sort of event like that. Now, it does not cover things like mudslide or, if you're built on the side of a hill and it sloughs off, it's not gonna cover stuff like that. But if there's actually seismic activity that causes damage to your house, it will cover that. Typically, when you add it, the primary thing that is going to affect your rate that you can control is going to be the deductible you choose. It's going to be already based off of the amount of coverages that you have already, your dwelling A, which is your dwelling coverage limit, and also your contents limit, and it's going to give you coverage for those things. Well, the thing you can control is the deductible. Now, typically the deductible on this starts at about $25,000. Yes, you heard me, $25,000. It's 25,000. It's not going to be a smaller deductible, but you got to think about it. If it's a large enough event, it is going to devastate your home. It will total your home. So the 25,000 may not be as significant in that situation. So keep that in mind. But if you think you're in an area that maybe you need to buy it, contact your agent. Talk to them, ask them if they have an option, either with a carrier that you have now, another carrier, or a standalone policy. Hope this helps you out, helps you to understand more about earthquake insurance. Hey, until next time, I appreciate you watching, and make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe button, and I appreciate you watching us as always. Have a good day.